In the summer of 2019, Gav Huss was voted number 2 in a poll of best guitarists. In the band Wood, with the first name Gav and a surname starting with the letter H. Due to an administrative error, Olivia What's-Her-Face, who used to be in Peep Show, came in at number 1. Gav is a popular guy, boasting upwards of 3 friends and at least 1 wife. But his is a tortured life. Living in constant fear, Gav is never sure when the next attack may come. In this short film, we attempt to unravel the mystery surrounding Gav's illness and to get to the heart of what life is like being Gav Huss.
I never really understood it before. I mean, I've been in a shop with him and everything's been okay, and then I look around and he's frozen with some kind of, can only be described as a primal fear. There's this look on his face, like a rictus of horror, a kind of a grin of disgust.
For those of us in his life that would consider themselves to be friends and bandmates and good mates, I think, the important thing is to really just be there for him, I think.
I first met Gav back in the mid-90s when we were sort of, I guess, 18, 19, 20 years old, and we pretty much bonded straight away. We just seemed to click and hit it off. In fact, we got on so well, we ended up living together, him, me and Beard, living together for a year or so. It was fantastic.
I can confirm that Gavin, Luke and I shared a flat for a period of roughly 1 year.
Super lovely guy, absolute legend, very relaxed, really calm. Loves his music, loves his friends, just very, very relaxing to be around.
It was when we were living together in that flat that we had the fish, you know, the famous fish from the song Fish. I guess I've always tried to suppress it and never really overthought it, but I do wonder sometimes, did Gav walk into that kitchen and see something that made him flip? I mean, Gav couldn't have killed that fish, could he?
Gavin is a troubled person. I mean, you can tell that he'd been scarred by some previous incident. I mean, it's not a natural fear. Something has happened in his past to cause him such terror. I mean, no one reacts like that to something so innocuous, right?
Honestly, if you told me he had an Uncle Jimmy, or a, Rolf or something like that, I'd believe you.
So yeah, when we first met, there was no signs of anything strange. It was all quite normal, it was quite happy. And it was only a few months in when I started to notice that things were a bit strange.
From the outside looking in, it really does seem debilitating for the poor guy. I mean, I can't imagine having to go through what he goes through on a regular, daily basis.
We'd be on the bus and then suddenly something would trigger him and we'd have to immediately get off, and I tried to talk to him and find out what was wrong, but he just couldn't even talk about it. He couldn't bring himself to even find the words. He just couldn't go there. It was too much for him.
I've seen him. I've seen him snap. Like, I've seen him literally walk up to a guy, rip his head off and puke down his throat. I mean, not literally. That would just be stupid. That would be murder. But you know, it's exactly the kind of thing I can imagine Gav doing.
Eventually, he did start to open up about it, and I've really had to be understanding. You know, there's just places that we can't go. There's certain people that we can't see that are, you know, into the kind of things that he just can't be around. You know, there's certain things that we can't watch on television, especially before bedtime. Like there's certain things that we just can't. It's where you just don't know. He might just happen upon something tropical that might trigger him. And you know, the thing is, we've had to be very careful when we're on holiday. Just have to be mindful all the time that, you know, he could get triggered. There could be an episode. But yeah, I love him to bits. So yeah, I'm willing to do what needs to be done.
People say that he has a sixth sense for them, like when a friend picked him up in the car and he knew there was one in a sealed container in the boot. That isn't a sixth sense, that's a first sense, his primary sense. His role is to know where the bananas are at all times. For me, that means he's a superhero, where the supervillains are bananas.
Apart from these occasions when, a bit like when you put a cucumber next to a cat, just freaks out and you're not sure whether you should laugh because it's kind of hilarious, or you should feel really sorry for the guy because it comes across as just a little bit disturbed.
To be completely honest, it's all getting a bit ridiculous now. I mean, what is he? He must be 60. He's going to be getting his bus pass soon. And yet it's all, don't show Gav a banana, heaven forbid he actually sees one. And all that sort of stuff. It's crazy. He just needs to, I don't know, get over it.
Really is unimaginable for anybody else that isn't having to go through what he has to go through. He's fucking mental, mind.